Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Cecil Gamer from QuickTrade. We are going to be doing our technical analysis once again today. Hi Gert, how are you? Sorry about that, guys. Hi Lawrence. Okay. Okay, we have three trade ideas out this morning. USD. Okay. Today actually is Truex, SBK, and Shoprite. Truex, SBK, and Shoprite. Hi, Lawrence. Truex, SBK, and Shoprite. We spoke about Shoprite the other day. I mentioned 204, 205 as an entry on Shoprite, and we have a trade idea out around 209. The only thing that I'm perhaps not too excited about is our stop around 20 around 204, but I think that that long-term support is going to hold. I think that we are going to do very well, but we are looking at 220. Was it? Did I mention 221, 222 to you guys? I don't know. Let me double check here. Okay, what is my show? Okay. So I think around 221 up to 225. I think there's a good chance that we could see um, a bit of a rise on Shoprite. I think we can see a bit of a rise. Let me check. Uh, let's check it. You see, this is another thing I don't like. If you go to your monthly time frame, you can see it has been going down, but when it got to 204, let me show you that level there. When it got to 204, when it got to this level here, when it got to 204, it hit there and started picking up. So any meaningful break below 204, sure, will take us down maybe to. Okay, let me see the rising trend here. Sure. We are in the middle there, yeah, on the monthly. This month is not over yet, so I'm not really worried because July is not over yet. But at the end of July, if we close the month below our rising trend line here, I will make it thicker, the thick blue one. If we close below this one end of July, there's a good chance that the market will go back down once again to 204 to try and see if they cannot crack it. If they crack it, I think the next level that we can look at here is 180, 185 on Shoprite. We can look at 185. But for now, I'm still okay. I don't think that there is a big issue here. Even if you decide to go long there, you must make sure that you are very careful. You must make sure that you are very careful on that shop right there. Look for those levels. Make sure that when it gets to your take profit levels, you do not extend your TPs. You take your profit as soon as the market gets to your take profit levels. But that 204 is a good number for me. I think. Okay, let's do this, guys. Even if the price on Shoprite were to come down a bit towards 205, 204, I wouldn't mind going in there. But if you get any weekly close, let's just make it a weekly close below this 204.88 or 204 if you want to make it 204. I think that level is not bad to enter for a long position. Although it's possible that you may still get like a range on this, a range maybe of 195 to 205. It's possible that the price may dip below that range over the next coming weeks. Because I mean, the main thing is that we are still below our simple moving average on the weekly. We are just using this as our support at the bottom here around 204, 205. We think that that area is very important. So we are going to keep an eye on it. Because anything is possible. The rand has been weakening over the past couple of weeks. It's only I think since Monday that it has been strengthening a bit. It has been strengthening. So we are looking at current levels as an area where we can see some rand weakness around 1320, 1315, that zone. That's what I'm looking at. We just want to see if we're not going to get a bounce around 1320, 1315 area. If we do, we'll wait for a follow through. And if that follow through comes along, we may see some renewed rand weakness, which should put more pressure on the consumers going forward. The other stock I'm going to look at is Standard Bank. If you guys have anything, please forward those to me so that I can have a look at them. Let's have a look at Standard Bank. Standard Bank, last week we closed above our simple moving average. The market came down to towards the end of June, it came down to 177, those lows, and from there it started picking up. And we've had a nice follow through over the past 3 weeks. And last week we closed above the simple moving average. We're up 3% for the week. And week to date, we are flat, just up 0.46%. There is a declining trend line that we have here. Well, I mean, the decline is on a pullback. We just need to wait and see if this market is not going to break out of this falling pattern here that I see. After that, we can expect to see maybe the stock going back up to 225. We can expect to see the stock going back up to 225, but it's very important that we keep an eye on the rising trend line. Let me show you the rising trend line that we have on this. The rising trend line. That is our that is our rising trend line there. We are still trading above it. So this trend started back in 2016. It's still looking intact. If we don't break out of this pullback here, sure, I'm afraid we may have to go back to our trend line. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Okay. We need to break above this falling trend line. If we get any weekly close above this, we could see maybe a push up to 213, 215. If that area is taken out, I'm looking at 225, 226, even towards 230. on SBK, but you must be very careful. Make sure that you follow the price action. Everything that the market does on a daily basis, you must check it and make sure that you understand exactly what that market is doing. The next one is Truex. I understand we have a couple of new guys here, like Princess Paulina. I think Paulina is new. Babsimuzi Dlamini, I think he's also new. Who else? I don't know. I think the two guys I've just mentioned, I think they are new. Maybe some of them don't even understand what I'm doing. If you guys don't understand anything, please let me know. Okay, let me have a look at sure this one. This one has been Truwords has been falling since its March highs when it went up to a heat resistance. From there, people started selling it off, pushing it lower down. Right now, I'm looking at it maybe coming down to sure 67. I don't think that we are done on this move yet. I think we are stuck in this sideways pattern. This is a huge sideways pattern that started back in 2011, 2013. It went up. It came back 2016. It went up. It hit that resistance. I'm talking about this resistance here in 2016. It came down back to its support. The end of 2016. This is when we started buying it late last year, and it went up. It hit 108, 110 there resistance and started coming down. I believe that you're still gonna get another spike, taking us down to 67.50. That's the only thing that I'm not happy about on this stock, Truwords. I think Truwords may still come down to 67, 68 before rising. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame here. On the weekly time frame, we are still trading below our simple moving average. We haven't broken above. So we want to see if we're going to get a break above this area maybe at the end of the week. If we don't get a break above this area, I think we're coming back down to 68, around 68. I think that's when we can really start loading up on Truwords. For now, I'm not really happy buying Truwords, to be quite honest, looking at the current picture and looking at the rand as well. If you look at it from the daily the daily chart, or the daily chart, or the daily time frame perspective, it's looking like it's still I mean, on a downtrend. It's just been rising for the past couple of days. Any break below the simple moving average on the daily time frame is going to see the stock, I think, going back to that 70, 69, 68 area that I've just mentioned. So with this one, I'm not really too happy to go long, to be quite honest. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you, but do your own analysis. If you are happy to go ahead and trade this one, you are more than welcome to do so, but please make sure that you use your protective stops in case the market decides to go south over the next couple of days. Okay, let me check. I've just marked that level there. Yeah, currently I think 79.86 or $80. to 82 rands. That area is our resistance on Truex. If we haven't broken above that, we are still in a downtrend until we break above. Until we break above, let me do this. Until we break above, let me show you the falling. This is our falling trend line that we have here. We haven't really taken out that falling trend line, so that's why I'm a little bit skeptical on going long right away. So guys, please keep an eye on this one. Okay, who does not see anything? Paulina, are you using a mobile device or your cell phone? What are you using to connect? If you are using a mobile device, you may not be able to see what I'm demonstrating on my screens here. If you have a laptop or a desktop, please try connecting to those. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of problems. Babsi Muzi Dlamini, what's your setting on the SMA? The setting on the SMA, Muzi, is 10, very short term. 10, very short term. I use that together with my support and resistance levels, trend line levels. So I'm just waiting for that close below. Because, I mean, if you're a long-term guy who likes using maybe your 50 moving average, you can try and apply it here. I'll take it out now because I don't really use it. The 50, you see, the market is just bouncing off the 50 SMA there. So it's it's a little bit, I mean, confusing. They're going in for a long, so I'm not really happy about that one. So yeah, that's what I see. If you guys see anything, please let me know. Maybe if there's anything that I'm missing here, but I think that it's not the right time to be going in for a long on Truex right now. Another thing, guys, this market is very volatile. Yesterday, I thought the S&P was going to shoot much higher, but that never happened. What ended up happening is that we saw it coming back down, losing a little bit of ground. But today, I see it's busy. Rising, trying to recoup some of the losses that it suffered yesterday. So I hope that today we're going to have a good day. Overall, I think the S&P 500 or the US 500 is still in a nice uptrend until maybe we get to 2,880, 2,875. I think there's a possible double top. There's a possible double top formation there that I'm on a lookout for. If we Oh, Gert. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I've been very busy the whole morning. I didn't even have a chance to check these trade ideas. Okay, let me see. Shopper is a buy. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Truex, yes, yes, I agree with this one completely. Truex, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pointing that one out to me. So we just bounced off that 50 simple moving average. That's the main reason why it's a buy. I just looked at ShopRite and I thought everything was just a buy. But I mean, a short I think is in order. We are expecting that 68. So what I was saying about the S&P is that until we get to 2,880, 2,875, I'm still bullish. I mean, on the S&P, and overall, the picture on the S&P is looking good. The only issue that that I see there is that when you get to that 2,880, 2,875, we may get sellers waiting with some heavy orders there. We should push the S&P a little bit lower. But if that doesn't happen, then the S&P manages to break through that resistance area, we can expect to see our market really running over the next couple of months to the end of 2018. But yeah, right now, this market is not looking very good. I don't want to lie. Princess, if you're using a tablet, my sister, you won't be able to see what I'm displaying on my screens, unfortunately. If you have a laptop, please switch on to your laptop or your desktop so that you can see exactly what I'm showing. Otherwise, you're going to hear my voice only and not see the pictures that we are looking at. I don't know if you guys are happy with the analysis that we've just done on but I'm afraid I won't be able to paint the picture, Princess, but I will try my level best to explain. If you have been trading for quite some time, maybe you'll understand some of the things. But I mean, if you're not very experienced, some of the stuff that I'm going to be explaining is going to be very difficult for you maybe to comprehend. Okay, guys, please give me some stuff that you have. Any challenges? Babsi, Lawrence, Gert, any challenges that you face, any stocks you are looking at that are giving you issues that you'd like clarity on, please let me know so that you can look at those. Let's try and be a little bit more interactive today. Yes, you will be able to download this later. In fact, if you go to our Facebook page, a QuickTrade Facebook page, you should be able to gain access to some of these webinar downloads or posts. We've posted them on Facebook. Otherwise, you can go on to YouTube. Look for QuickTrade technical analysis. You should be able to get most of these, and from that I think you'll be able to learn a thing or two. Okay, I'm waiting for Gert. He's still busy typing his message. I'll wait for him, give him a chance to finish. That's why will stay bullish. Yo, Gert, I don't know. I don't know if it is still bullish. But for now, the guys that are long, I've been enjoying the ride. We can have a look at it though. I checked it out yesterday. It was still looking good. Okay, let me do this. Okay. Well, as you can see here, the market came down, or the our DSY came down to hit its support around 140, 147, 150. Buyers came in, pushed the price up, and currently we are up, sure, more than 13% month to date. It looks like this market is trying to go up towards 180, 186 because I cannot see any meaningful resistance ahead of us right now. I'm talking about massive, massive resistance. We've just broken above the simple moving average last week. Last week we broke above the simple moving average, and this week we are up 5.73%. This is massive. We're on the third day of this week, and the market is up that much. There's a good chance that if we get some some positive momentum in this market, or something to boost our mood in this market, we're going to see the price getting to 186, 187. We may even get to 190. For now, Gert, it looks like it's going to keep it this way. I mean, keep rising. Because I'm looking at that area around 170. There's a little bit of resistance there, but to me, that doesn't look major. I think we're going to take that one out and go up to 187, 190. I'm very happy with DSY. I'm very happy with DSY. You check your daily time frame. Your daily time frame, you're trading above your simple moving average. This is one of the stocks that you can actually trade and make some money out of. I think it's a I think it's a high probability stock. The setup that I see here is of good quality. I think we may end up getting to that 187, 190 area. So, Gert, I think you can still go in, but you must be very careful with your levels there. Let me see if I cannot get some levels here for you. Okay. Okay, there is our support. Our support is around 164, 165. That's our support. You see, today we came down, we hit this support, and we shot up. So as long as your price is still above 165, 164.94, I think you're safe. If you want to keep a very tight stop, maybe buying at current levels, you can keep your stop below 160, 162.30, maybe 162.30. If you want to allow it enough room to breathe, you can put your stop down maybe at 156. 35, 156.35. Maybe that's where you can put the stop, but it's still looking bullish to me. I think that we are likely to get to 186, 187 on this one, provided this market continues to really like it has been over the past couple of weeks. So it's not a bad one. It's been rising, Gert. It's been rising. Let me just check the hourly chart. I want to check the performance today. Oh, okay, this makes sense. First hour of trading was negative. We are below our simple moving average. We are below the simple moving average here, just above 165. You know, Gert, I think maybe this is what you need to do here if you want to, or anyone else who's interested on DSY. I mean, if you're interested in trading DSY, I think this is what you can do. You can just wait for your the price to cross above the simple moving average, like we did here. You see, when the price went above here, all these areas it was above, this is when you were supposed to be taking some longs on DSY on the hourly time frame. Right now it's just bouncing off this support area. If you're an aggressive guy, you can go in at perhaps 165. Otherwise, you can just wait for your cross and close above the simple moving average on the hourly. Then from there, you can just go in and push it up and push it up. Okay, another thing, let me check on the weekly time frame. Maybe we can push this one a little bit lower to 164. We need to end this week above 164 for this move up to stay intact. If we close above 164 on Friday at the end of the week, this is the bar I'm focusing on right now. If we close above 164, we are going to get some more buying next week, I think. Okay. Okay. Any questions from the other guys in the room? Please ask, guys. There's no stupid question. Ask anything. We need to be interactive, and there's an upcoming competition that we're going to be running over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be announced, and everyone will be notified. So if you are interested in joining the competition, there is a 10,000 Rand prize at the end of each and every week. Anyone who makes the most money or who reaches the highest percentage in his portfolio, that person will receive a prize of 10,000. And over the for forex and for CFDs, it's 2 weeks. If at the end of the 2 weeks you are the highest, you get to receive 10,000 there also, until the business decides to maybe can the competition. If there is a lot of interest, we're just going to keep on pushing it. So I'm just letting you know, guys, it's important that you ask those questions so that by the time this competition starts, if you are interested in the competition, you are well prepared for it. Let me check from our local market today if there's anything that I can pick up here. Mm, okay. Sure. This is another trade that maybe if you are interested in getting some exposure in resources that you can have a look at. I'm looking at Billiton around 289, 290. 289 to 90, even 291. Uh, we came down. We hit this monthly support. We went below it, and we eventually stopped by this. Uh, well, I mean, I cannot really call this a double bottom, but it looks more like one. We hit this area and it started going up. We are trading above 289, 290. From here, I expect to see this market maybe really pushing higher to 310.97, provided the mood in the market improves. If it doesn't go down, there's a good chance that we're going to get some good opportunities on a stock like Billiton. Let me give you the strategy maybe to trade it. It's not really that much of a strategy. It's something very simple that you need to look at. You look at the hourly time frame. Look at your hourly time frame. Check what's happening there. Currently, the price is below the hourly moving average. Our first hour of trading today, as you can see, we closed below the simple moving average. That is why we are still under a little bit of pressure on this stock here. So what you need to perhaps wait for is the price to come down to 290 or 289. Once the price is broken above 290 or 289, that's when you can look to enter this one or initiate a long on Billiton. Any break above the simple moving average should actually see the stock moving up to 310 at some point in the near future. I think that will actually happen very soon. I don't think that it should take weeks to happen. So there's another opportunity available for you if you want to try and buy some resources. Okay, let me see if I can find something else. Guys, this market is our local market is very dodgy. It's been going up and down the whole time, so it's been very difficult to spot some of these opportunities. Let's look at this one. Uh, okay. I do not really see anything here. Okay, Gert, Lawrence, Babsi, Princess, I don't know whether to ask you or not, because I mean, even if I do ask you to bring something forward, you won't be able to see it. You can only hear my voice. But I mean, if you are going to download this at a later stage, maybe I can ask you something. What is it that gives you problem when it comes to making those decisions in your trading? Is there anything specific that holds you back? Lawrence Gert, Papsi, the question applies to all of you. If you guys have any issues when it comes to maybe picking those shares, or there are any shares that are giving you issues, please let me know. There isn't much really today to look at. I'm being honest, this market is is very bad. Babsi saying Sitle, so even if you are satisfied with what you see on the daily time frame, it's very important to check your hourly time frame before you place the trade. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct, Babsi. But okay, but let me explain to you what I mean. Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me explain. What am I gonna use here? I'll use DSY. I want to use DSY. I want to use DSY. Okay, let's have a look at DSY. You see, DSY has been rising. If you look at the weekly time frame, DSY is above the simple moving average. It's a good stock to buy. Let's look at the daily time frame now. Daily time frame above the simple moving average, above some serious support around 147, above that 164 that we mentioned earlier. It's a buy. But now let's check the hourly time frame. The hourly time frame closed below the simple moving average during the first hour of the trading session today. That was an early warning to you that you should not expect much from DSY today because DSY had a very bad start to the day. It had a very bad start to the day. So that is why it's still under pressure. Any day you see it trading above, you must know that we are about to take off very nicely. Look at that bar that I've just highlighted there, yesterday's bar. When I saw that bar yesterday on DSY, I said, yeah, DSY was going to have a good day, and it had a very good day. I mean, the first bar was between 9 and 10. It was up almost 1%, and the second bar was up 2.2%, and it carried on moving higher. So this morning when it opened, we were down, and all the other days when it was trading above its simple moving average here, as you can see on the hourly time frame, it just kept on rising. Let's have a look at ANG. ANG is up over 2% today. I never had a chance. I never had a chance to look at it today, but let's have a look at it. I just want to see how it looks. We are going to be using the same hourly time frame. Okay, let's check. First hour of trading was negative. We're down 0.51%, but we're still above our simple moving average. And immediately after that, the second hour, the market went up 0.67%. I don't know if this chart is incorrect, but you can see we are up. We are trading above the hourly moving average. So that hourly moving average is very important when trading. Let's look at ASO. ASO is also up. ASO is only up 1.8%. Our first hour of trading, we were negative 1.6%, but we're still above the simple moving average, and it's still looking good. So you must make sure that when you buy a stock, that stock when it opens, it should either be above its simple moving average if you are going to go long on it, or you should have the positive close in the first hour of the trading session. That's between 9 and 10. If you close positive and you're above your simple moving average, then you can go in and buy. Like here, check here yesterday on ASR, we were down 1.77%. First hour of trading, but we're still above the simple moving average on the hourly time frame, and we shot up. Gert is saying lately, I don't know if it will be bullish or bearish because of the volatile market. I don't know which market you're referring to there, Gert, could you please explain, big guy, which market you mean? Which market are you looking at? Okay, you're saying almost all of them. Yeah, it's very difficult, man. Gert, trading this market these days. There's a whole lot of volatility. But I mean, if you look at the US market has been climbing the whole time. Maybe one day we'll do some analysis on the US market and see if we cannot take advantage and see if we cannot take advantage of the opportunities that come with the US market. They've been looking very good. If you guys are interested in that market, maybe one day we can actually have a look at that market. Let me see if we can get any interesting stuff on Forex. Okay, I want us to go to the weekly time frame. Okay, let me delete this. In Forex, I'm looking at the Euro AUD. I'm looking at the Euro AUD. If you look at it, we have this nice, nice channel there. Oh, we've been trading sideways. We've been trading between 1.58600 and 1.57400. We've been stuck here for quite some time. So if you're a guy that's really interested maybe in trading some of the forex pairs, this is a share, or sorry, no, sorry, an instrument or a currency pair that you can look at. I think that the trend here, as you can see, we are trading above our weekly simple moving average. I'm euro positive over the Australian dollar, so I would look to buy when the price gets down to 1.574. 15 or 400, provided I get a buy signal there. I would look to go in and take a long there. Let's go to our daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame, you see, every time the price comes down to the bottom of our black line here, to the bottom, because we have two horizontal lines. If it comes to the lower band, buyers come in and push the price up. So if the price gets here, if you're an aggressive guy, you get a good buy signal here, you can just go in around 1.57, aiming for that 1.58 area. This area there at the top, that is 600. That's where I'm looking to to see this price going on Euro AUD. So if you are interested in maybe trading some currency pairs, I think that one is worth looking at. Okay, let me show you something on the hourly time frame. Let me push it down a bit. On the hourly time frame, we are below the simple moving average, but look at your look at your simple moving average. Your simple moving average is not flattening out and preparing itself to point down. It's just pointing up. If it's pointing up like this, that means that there's still some bullishness in this move here. We shouldn't expect a lot out of this break below the simple moving average. Even if we were to get anything out of that break below the simple moving average, I still see 1.57, 300, 1.57, 350 as our main support on this currency pair, the Euro US dollar, so the Euro AUD. So please keep an eye on it. Okay, let's have a look at gold. The overall picture for me on gold is negative. Uh, Although the market did come down, I mean below 1,240, and we tried to come down towards 1,210, but I don't think that that's enough. I think that we still have to see the price coming down to 1,200 on gold against the US dollar. So we are still negative. Right now, the market is busy rising. Yeah, the gold market. Let me just put. Uh, okay, that's our resistance there. My resistance is at 1,233. I'll call it my weekly resistance, my weekly candle resistance. I'm looking at that 1,233 as our main resistance currently. That's our main resistance currently, I mean, on a shorter time frame. Another thing I'm looking at this simple moving average. The price has just tested it, and it looks like it wants to come off. There is a bit of a range here, very, very minor range. If you're interested in trading gold, I think maybe you can maybe think of going in around these levels, around 1,232, 1,233. That's where maybe you can go in and take your short position on this one because the overall picture is down. It's just been rising for a few days. We just need a break below 1,223. Any break below 1,223 with a nice follow through could see us going back down to 1,200. That's what I'm looking at. And your stop loss, if you go in on this one, I'm looking at 1,245. I'm looking at 1,245 as a reasonable stop. 1,245, looking to capture about 30, 30 points. You're risking about 15 or 13 to capture about 30 points in this market. Let's look at the at an hourly time frame. Okay, maybe sure. Maybe you can say our resistance at 1234. I've just moved it up a bit. I've just moved it up a bit. I've just moved it up a bit. But around here, when you get an hourly close, I mean below the simple moving average, very close to 1234, you must know that the move down is beginning, or just the move down to 1223. That's like how many points move? About 10 10, 11, 12. So we are stuck in that range, in my view. What I'm talking about, a move up like this, the market went up, it got to that resistance area there, it started coming down close below the simple moving average for the second time, and sellers came in, they pushed the price down to 1219. So I'm looking at the same scenario. I think gold is still going to push up maybe towards 230, 1233, 1234. Then from there, we can start shorting if we get a good sell signal. Okay. Oh, okay. Your setting on SMA for Forex is still the same as for CFD. Yes, that is true, Mr. Lamini. That is true. It's the same across all the instruments that I trade. CFDs, commodities, anything. It's very sensitive. It's very short term. I use it in conjunction with my support and resistance. I don't use it on its own because I mean, moving averages, I mean, by nature, they're not really supposed to. I mean, to be used alone. They should just monitor the trend in the market, and you should know where your support and resistance levels are located so that you can trade well. Okay. The rand has turned positive. I don't know what's going on here. No, it's not really positive, but it's losing a bit of steam. I don't know. It's losing a bit of steam. Okay, guys. I don't know if you have any more questions. Please ask. If you don't have any more questions, I think we'll just call it a day. Stop our session here. I will try and post this on Facebook. I know that there isn't a lot on this one because I mean there aren't too many opportunities in this market. It's very volatile. It's very volatile. Let's see maybe as the week progresses if we get any good entry levels in this market or good trading opportunities that we can exploit to our advantage. Otherwise, it's been great interacting with you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time out to spend your precious time with me. Okay. Babsi, you're saying please give your simplest trick to spotting support and resistance. Sure. It depends which resistance I'm looking for. If I'm looking for long-term resistance, sometimes I use bigger time frames. Like what I've found is that when you look at your at your different time frames, you find different support and resistance levels depending on the time frame. You get your hourly time frame resistance and support, your daily time frame resistance and support, weekly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly supports, and yearly charts. Okay, or yearly supports. If you just go to the yearly chart there, you can get those support and resistance levels. But I mean, let me just show you something here. On I'll show you this on gold. Okay. Let's do this one first. Let's do this one first. Babsi, let's do this one first. Okay, Babsi. This is the first half of 2018 on gold. This is a half yearly chart. First half of 2018. Okay. On Forex, I use weekly and daily. Weekly and daily, and the hourly to time my entry. The hourly time frame to time my entry. Otherwise, I cannot go in using the daily alone, because sometimes the market pulls back. Sorry, the market pulls back, and it takes forever for it to improve. I don't like being stuck in losing positions. So when you're marking your levels, you can use your bigger time frames, like your half yearly time frame. On gold, I have 6 months. Well, I mean, end of June, we closed at 1,252 on gold, and immediately after that, the half second half of the year, we are down 1.78%. If you go back to the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, if you had drawn this horizontal line there at the top, let me mark that one black. If you had drawn this line here at the end of 2018 and waited for the market to give you a signal, I prefer using the weekly time frame. If you get any weekly time frame below that horizontal area there, any weekly time frame below that horizontal area there, you should know that maybe the market is likely to turn around that area. But I mean, if you get the market continuing and not coming back to close below this area, then you know that that market is really on a rise. So that helps me in deciding which side of the market I should be using longer term time frames. Let's look at what I've just mentioned to you here, using the weekly. Okay, end of Jan. Last week of 2017, we closed here. We are above the simple moving average. We closed here, and the market went up, came back down below its moving average, closed the week below that what can I call that? That yearly resistance, because I mean it's now our resistance, yearly time frame resistance. Just making up this word here. I've never heard of it. It came down below. It closed the week below here. This was the second week of May. And after that, the market tried knocking at that resistance a couple of times without any success. After that, the market started falling. So that 1,302 was our main support if you wanted to know maybe early in the year what gold was likely to do. After that, gold just came right down to 1,253, and we ended the first half of 2018 trading below. Okay, no, we did not end it. We ended it here around 1,252, and first. Oh, okay, this is well, second week of July. We closed below that 1,253. So that 1,253 is very important to us because that's where we closed our first half of 2018. So I expect to see more sell off, provided we get stopped every time we go up to 1,253. If we get more sellers around 1,253, that's where uh, I think they are located. So from there, I expect to see the market coming down a bit more for the balance of 2018. That's what I use basically to try and get these levels. But I'm not using your traditional support and resistance. I use it. I use it, but not all the time. I don't know if what I was trying to explain here, Babsi, makes any sense to you. If it doesn't, please let me know, big guy, so that I can try and clarify a bit more there. Okay. Oh, okay, Babsi. Daily time frames are okay, but sometimes they don't make a lot of sense to me. I'll try and show you what I mean. Let's keep the same instrument. Let's keep the same instrument. Okay. This is what I like using. You go down there, you mark the open and the close of the week. You mark the open and the close of the week. You mark the open and the close of the week. Okay, so for this week, you expect the market to either trade within this range or close below and move lower. Well, you do that if you know the direction of the market already. So every time you get a close maybe below your simple moving average here, that's if you are doing it bar by bar. Like if you had done this all the way from the top here, I think you could have you could have made a lot of money from 1,281 if you had drawn your line like this. Let me show you. Draw your line there. Make it black. Draw another one here. Okay, and come down here. Okay, you know your trend is going down. So every time you are trading below a simple moving average, every time you get a close on your daily time frame or on your hourly time frame, you can use that as an opportunity to re-enter the market if you had exited the market. Let us see if we can. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll start from the top here. I won't use this line here. I won't use that line. I'll use this one. The market came down below this line. It went up above your simple moving average. It hit this resistance here. I think you can see it. Let me draw your line here. It hit that resistance there. It closed below your simple moving average on the hourly time frame. It closed below the simple moving average, and the market started falling. It went below. It went below the previous week's support. Let me do this. It went below the previous week's support here. It went up for a bit. It touched that resistance again, because I mean that support had become resistance. It touched it, and that area became your resistance. It closed below the simple moving average. It came down again. Crossed below the simple moving average, came down again, and this time it went up. It stayed above the simple moving average for a few days, but it was still below this week's moving average. It went down below here. So obviously, if it crosses below here, you just need to ignore it because you're still above your main support here. And finally, it came down. It broke down here. It went up and it broke down once again. So from here, 1,253. You saw the market coming back down to 1,240, went sideways for a bit, came down. So that's how I use it really, Babsi. You'll get used to it if you practice more. I use it and it's doing very well for me. I like it. So I think maybe for the new guys, I think this can actually work very well. Okay. Thank you very much, Babsi. Got some people here to see me already. Thank you very much. Let's meet again tomorrow. Thank you so much.